Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. I told you guys we got you guys covered with entertainment. You get me during the international break. I know you guys are bored as shit. Not around here because tomorrow we're doing Sweden, Slovenia as well, inshallah. You get me. Never thought I would say I'm gonna do a Sweden, Slovenia watch along, but you know, everyone knows why. Everyone knows why we're doing Sweden, Slovenia. Everyone knows why. You know why, right, chat? You know why. Tell him where to go, lad. Tell him where to go. You get me. You know, part of being an elite channel with almost 60,000 subscribers, you have to bring on elite YouTubers. Sometimes you got to bring on the icons of football YouTube. And this guy is one of the icons of football YouTube. Absolute pain in the ass to work with, but that's because he's always innovating and coming up with new ideas and stuff like this. So this is like, you get me, this is like the peasant side of YouTube to him. I'm sorry I couldn't get you in a studio in Jordan. But anyway, joining us next is the man, the myth, the legend. Man like Matisse!
You gotta be one of the most annoying people to hear do an intro because you just know he's gonna rip the piss. But yeah, absolute pleasure, brother. Absolute pleasure, as always. How are you? You good?
How much I pay them? Bro, I will never reveal. I'll never reveal how much I pay my guests.
There's no pay around here, brother MK. There's no pay. It's free labor.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Why didn't you pay me when I was on Battle of the North? Huh?
I don't want pay from you. I don't want pay from you.
There you go. See?
I'm happy to come on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy to come on here. I'll never ask for a dime from my brother. I'm just glad that his YouTube channel is working out nice. And he's on the road to 100k people. So make sure you subscribe. That's what it's all about.
Do you ever miss Battle of the North? Be honest.
Of course, absolutely.
Genuinely, like you actually miss.
Of course, you and Flawless arguing is like it's peak content, bro. And I knew it the first day that it happened. I said, yeah, this is levels. It's just a shame.
Wasn't that the easiest stream for you to do? Like, you could just
no, it wasn't because you guys would argue for like 2 hours, and I'd be like, guys, I got Big Six in like 30 minutes. You're gonna have to stop arguing. I couldn't host you two. You're the only two people I couldn't host. I couldn't host you two. Worse than Lawless and Tobes, in a good way. Unmanageable, literally.
Sometimes the best are unmanageable, Matisse. You get me? Ask Hazard if he was easy to coach. You get me?
It's true. It's
just the truth. Anyway, guys, slap up the like button, subscribe to the channel. 340 people locked in the building already. We haven't even started the stream yet. Let's get the likes up. I told you guys I got covered with entertainment throughout this international break. We got big heavy hitters coming on the channel too, so you guys are gonna enjoy this. You get me? So yeah. Anyway, Matisse, before I ask you about your club, because I feel like you always talk in Chelsea, you get me? So let me change your vibe a little bit. I want to talk about my club because, in case you're unaware, you have become super viral. You get me?
Why?
Lately. Why? Oh, he doesn't know why, chat. He doesn't know why. You know, he wasn't hating on my club during the watch along, calling Saeed and keying with each other. You get me? They're like, ha ha ha. Bournemouth just equalized. Oh my God. Ha ha ha. Newcastle just equalized. Oh my God. Oh, why? Why would I ask you about Liverpool, Matisse? Guess. Even though you and Saeed should actually be on the opposite ends. Because you should want me, clearly sit your ass. You should want me to stop Arsenal winning the league, and Saeed shouldn't want Arsenal to stop us.
Yeah, my mentality is from the get-go this season shifted to my team actually must challenge. So I'm not here to pray for you to do anything for me. Now, if it gets to the point in the season in like March where my team are out of it, and there's nothing we can do about it, so I have to ask for you, then of course, then I will switch allegiance and for the temporarily ask you to do something for me. But we're in August, brother. I'm not asking for favors in August or September. Sorry, it's too early to be asking for favors. So, and I've gone in with the mentality is if my team is in it until they're out of it, because that is the mentality we should be having this
season. What's making you think we're gonna accept you on this side when you eventually switch? Because you know you ain't gonna last that long.
I don't need. Listen, they will accept me. They always do. I don't need to ask. I'm not even gonna ask because I'm not gonna. If you don't ask, then you don't need to. You know, you don't need permission.
Hey, Matisse, first Arsenal cooking on DR Sports, and he's like, everyone's like, accepted directly.
Yeah, exactly.
Accepted directly. So now with Liverpool signing Isak, obviously you missed out on guehi. What did you make of our transfer window? Because I think the last time me and you did content around the transfer window, it was Caicedo, Lavia. It was them times. Sad
Yeah.
times. You get
Oh yeah, yeah. No, this is a strong 9.5 out of 10. I think the only thing that could have obviously made it a 10 is if Mark Guehi. If you've got that centre back coming in from Palace, the captain, of course. Just because Konate is injury prone, Joe Gomez is injury prone. I don't really know too much about the centre back that you did sign. Obviously, he's still quite young. If you'd got Guehi, that's a 10 out of 10 window. Absolute 10 out of 10. Like everybody knows. Everybody knows. Anybody who says otherwise is lying. You not only signed a top striker that everybody would have not taken, begged for, because I saw my fan base do it as soon as Isak was available. Suddenly now these guys were ready to ship the lap to Strasbourg. They were ready to have 3 strikers. They were ready to do all. Oh, Pedro can play in the 10. I've seen what fans are like. When the right person becomes available, everybody flips and everybody starts to change their principles and how many of this they want and whatnot. So we all know Isak is a top player. And Ikatike is someone I would have taken happily to replace Jackson because I rated Ikatike at the start of the window. I went back and just saw some of the things he was doing. And, you just get a sense for a baller. And he's a baller. So, yeah, man, apart from your fullbacks, we can hope that they, maybe defensively get cooked. I don't know. Frimpong's more of a wing back, but it's more clutching at straws. You guys had a great window. You got a goalkeeper. You got everything, man. So, yeah, it was a 9.5, man. It was a 9.5. It's a shame. I don't like
things that I never actually asked you this. Who did you blame Isak this summer in terms of like, do you think Isak is the villain?
No, I wouldn't call him a villain because I don't know what happened behind the scenes. If promises, now I don't believe in promises in football and handshakes. So I would say to Isak and his agent and every single agent, every single player, that there's a contract that you've signed. And once you've signed a contract, unless there's a release clause or some sort of get out, then you have to honor that contract. Now, obviously, that goes down the other side with the clubs as well. They've signed 5-year deals for Sterling. You can't really complain if Sterling's still here. You both signed the contract. He's here. That's your business. If he doesn't move, then you just have to hold that. So it goes for both sides. But yeah, look, with Isak, sometimes you have to play the villain. You have to play that character to get out, because look at Mark Guehi, he didn't get out in time. So
Yeah,
it is where it is. You know what I mean? I think he could have handled it better, but if he had handled it better, I don't think he would have got out, to be honest.
my thing is like the thing, and I actually gave like a war-like speech on my channel yesterday. If you have like some time, like after this, watch it, bro. I told all Liverpool fans, be prepared to become the villains of the Premier League. I feel like we've been the nice guy for such a long time, but now it's our time to become like the bad guy. And low-key, I like it. Like genuinely, I actually low-key like it. Like I love the fact that we're a villain. I think it suits my personality more as well because I'm a little bit toxic.
Oh, probably,
So
yeah.
yeah, it helps. It helps. Like I think a villain, like me being the villain, would be good, because you wanna know what sent me over the edge? Isak didn't turn up to training, said F off Newcastle, posted an Instagram story. In the rivals' logic, Liverpool was at fault because we didn't put up the money. Guehi respected Crystal Palace, turned up to training, showed up to preseason, represented Crystal Palace, did everything the right way. It's Liverpool's fault because we didn't pay the money. I'm like, bro, guys, like, are you guys like, is it just like when it comes to my club, everyone loses brain cells all of a sudden and stops knowing how to talk?
I'll be honest.
Go
You're obviously speaking online, but when it comes to the British media, there is no club loved more than yours. So you will never be the villain in this country, in England.
Oh, that's such a lie.
Listen, brother, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When it's Liverpool and it's the traditional mainstream media in England, you are adored, loved, and that is the facts. I'm afraid, whether you like it or not, you guys are cherished. You're one of the traditional big clubs. You and Manchester United are the founding fathers. So you're never going to be the villain. You might want to be the villain, and I understand that, because we are actually the villains.
So who do you think the villain is? Who's the villain in the media's eyes then? Who?
Chelsea are definitely one of the villains. When we spend...
stop it. You spent 2 billion and you celebrated top 4. Talk about villain.
Hold on. When we spent, we were called bottle jobs. Gary Neville. When we spent, we don't get the money coming in net profit like Liverpool. When we spend, everybody's talking about it. So please, let's not try and pretend like Chelsea have been nice in media in England.
Okay, forget modern
day media. We don't even have any pundits. We don't have any
Modern day
pundits.
media, they're finished. Okay, everyone in the chat. Would you rather watch Sky Sports or Matisse? I'd rather watch you over Sky Sports. Okay, I'd rather watch me than watch, I don't know, like whatever sports. I'm saying, my brother. Okay, I'm saying from a fan perspective. Do you understand why Liverpool fans are frustrated? Because completely opposite scenarios, and the response from a fan content creator perspective is just pay the money, just pay the money, just pay the money.
So I actually would go the other way. I don't think you should have paid more for Isak, because I don't think Isak's a 130 million pound player anyway. I think you've paid more than what he's worth. Now, obviously, when people say, "Oh, but what about Enzo? What about Caicedo?" Okay, let me make it clear. They were also overpriced. None of those guys should be costing that. Neither, So, but then with Guehi, all I would say is that you can't complain that the deal didn't get done in time when you leave it to deadline day. That's the only thing. You were trying to get a good deal. It was actually going to work because Crystal Palace want to sell. They don't want him to go over a year left. Then the manager steps in. But when you leave your business that late, shit can go wrong.
But our first bid was after the Community Shield, though. That's like a month ago. You know,
what was it? How much?
And apparently the bid was just ignored by Palace because they wanted them to play like the qualifier against Fredrikstad or whoever the hell. That's my thing. Oh, it's two of your favorite gaslighters, Martin, because we don't kiss Arteta's ass. Is that why, brother? You get me? Oh, we don't kiss your manager's ass. That's why we're gaslighters. Yeah, hold that, mate. Hold that. Do you guys know that? Wait, how many clubs actually are above Arsenal right now? You're above them, right?
I don't know. I'm not looking at the table this early. I'll be real. As long as I know the points that were on, that's it. And I wouldn't, I wanted it.
Chelsea are above Arsenal. That's crazy, Martin.
I wanted 9 out of 9. So,
but me and Matisse are gaslighters, right? Anyway. So with this Liverpool thing, what do you expect of this Liverpool team this season? Now that the storm has ended, don't tell me quad and be crazy.
No. I'm not going to tell you quad. I'm not going to tell you quad.
Tell me.
I don't expect a quad from anyone. Quad is just, if it happens, then you're truly the best team of all time. But yeah, you have to expect a Premier League win. That's first and foremost. There's no reason why you shouldn't be retaining the title after that. You've broken the British transfer record twice in one summer. You've got depth. You've got depth in all positions. Maybe centre back, you're a little bit light, depending on the kid. And yeah, you got quality everywhere, man. You got Salah, Van Dijk. You got bona fide world-class players. You've got people in midfield like Gravenberch that have stepped up. Szoboszlai. People can say what they want about him, but he's going to balance out this team with all these attackers, with all these flair players. You need someone who's going to cover the ground and is going to do the hard yards and do the ugly work. You've got a threat on. You got a threat on all sides. The goalkeeper's top class. Like, you should be retaining the title. Champions League, yeah, you're one of the favorites. But I always say, like, you don't go into a season saying like, oh, if you have to win Champions League. It depends on how the Champions Leagues. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of just, you're just one of the favorites, and then whatever happens. It's a knockout competition. If a referee makes a bogus decision, then you're out. And what can you do? Over 38 games, though, there shouldn't be a team better than you. And then I'd say you should be aiming for at least 2 out of the 4 trophies. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be expecting 2 out of the 4 trophies. That's
if Liverpool win Premier League and FA Cup, you're not going to say Liverpool failed, basically.
No, God, no. That's what I would be expecting if I was you.
I'll be honest. You want to know what the Isak transfer made a difference for me? Isak made a difference for me, not in terms of league. I think we could have won the league with Ekitike. It made a difference in terms of Champions League. That's the thing. Because you have now essentially a counter-attacking nuclear weapon. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of the goals he scored for Newcastle was like on the counter-attack, just one moment, bang, goal. Like, if you do that away at Madrid, away at Atletico, away at Bayern, like the teams where you need to get good results, bro, you can do that. And I'll tell you something. Look, Liverpool were ridiculed for getting eliminated by PSG on penalties, and then PSG just kicked everyone's ass for a period of 3 months. I think if I'm a Liverpool player now, I'm absolutely rattled at the way that Liverpool got eliminated from the Champions League. And that's why I think a lot of our focus will probably be UCL based. That's what I genuinely believe.
You guys haven't retained the title for as long as I've been alive. I don't know about the I can't remember, obviously, our 80s, 70s, 60s, or maybe, Division 1. But Premier League wise, you haven't done it.
80s, we went back to back to back,
yeah. Yeah. So I think Premier League wise, to retain it is a big thing for your club. Because I think now everybody wants to dominate, but Man City are the only ones recently that have done it, right? Man United had 3 in a row. And yeah, I wouldn't even say 2 in a row is dominating. I think when you get 3, or you get 3 out of 4, and then that's when you're really dominating. So your goal should be to dominate. Now, obviously, that depends on the shelf life of Salah and Van Dijk, but Salah was the best player in the league last year, and Van Dijk literally has returned from his injury and got better. So I don't really see why you shouldn't be aiming to dominate. So you can, obviously, Champions League, everybody wants to win that, but you can go for that every year. And, you know, unless you're Real Madrid, no one's expecting a 3 in a row Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know what your priority will be. With the squad you have, you should really just be going for both and just see what you get. But yeah, it's mad.
The thing is, in the Prem, like I spoke about this yesterday, City are crap. I respect Pep Guardiola, but their defense is just so open. And I think that Pep Linder's signing is a net negative. I try to explain to the City fans. They called me crazy. Arsenal, I think Arteta's cowardice is the reason why they won't win the league. Like, he's just a coward, in my opinion. And I think there is a problem with his mentality, because his mentality is, I take a draw over I want to win. Like all the elite managers in history would always try to win for the most part, you know. And I know there is different styles of managers, but the problem is you come to Anfield, you got no outlet. We conceded 7 goals in 3 games, and Alisson had shisha, basically. And then Chelsea. I've always said with Chelsea, I'm side-eyeing them. Like Chelsea, low-key are the ones right now that I'm thinking of the most, because I'm looking at them from like, how can I say this? You know, when you're driving and you're looking at the mirror, like just seeing if the car behind you is approaching you a little bit. That's basically how I would describe Chelsea right now. That's how I'm looking at Chelsea. That's how I look at the other contenders. But I look at it this way. Salah has been ass. We haven't gelled. We look like crap for massive parts, and we're 9 from 9. So what's going to happen when we do gel? And perfect example is after the international break, we play Burnley. That's going to be the nastiest stat pad sesh in history. If Burnley play against us like they played against Man United, bro, it's going to be lights out. Like, it's going to be some 7 goals, 8 goals thing. Like, it ain't going to be nice at all, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah. It's difficult to look beyond Liverpool, I'll be real, because what do you lack? It's just the centre-backs. People are, obviously nobody wishes for injuries, but people are thinking, right, if Konate goes down, we know Gomez is injury prone. Maybe there's makeshift centre-back combinations. Maybe Endo has to go back in there. Maybe the kid isn't acclimatized. Maybe there's a weak point we can trigger. Maybe a Frimpong's at right back defensively. You're trying to trigger him there as well. If Szoboszlai is not covering, that's another weak point. But outside of the defensive couple of positions, and really outside of that, the firepower's there, isn't it? So that really is all there is, in my opinion. That's what I'm looking at as a rival. I'm thinking, all right, if they'd got Guehi, boy, we might be done here. But just because that is, and you'll probably get him in January. That's the thing. So we have about 6 months to mess with Liverpool.
The report came out today. In January, we're going to go back in. We ain't going to wait till.
Of course, because they'll want to sell, because they're not going to want to let him go on a free. So there'll be 6 months.
And Glasner won't be there anyway.
Yeah, well, you might end up getting him for 10 million this time. I don't know.
10 million, yeah,
you know,
10 million.
But we got 6 months to do something with Liverpool. 6 months, people. 6 months. That's how I see it.
And before Leone is like the next Maldini or something, you never know. You see, I trust the nerds. You see these nerds with a laptop, bro, they know what they're doing. Like, they got all the data. You know, one guy once, like, from my connections, sent me an Excel sheet of one of the scouting reports. Bro, it is so detailed. It mentions everything. Like, it mentions how many times the guy passed to the left, how many times he passed to the right, how many times he passed forward, how many times he played the diagonal, the direction of his slide tackle, the foot that he slide tackled with. Like, there is, like, you know, on Excel, there's like columns. Yeah. No exaggeration. There was about like 110 columns. Like, it was because just
they're trying to get into his psyche and like how his psychology on the pitch and how he thinks and the way his brain works. So all of those things that you just mentioned are all like natural. That's not, oh, the manager told me to slide tackle with my right foot, not my left. That's just a natural, and they just want to know what naturally he's going to be like. So that's nasty detail. I ain't paid to do that, but yeah, it's mad. That's what they get paid to do, innit? It's crazy.
Yeah. Even as a nerd yourself, self-admitted nerd, you get me? You didn't go that far with the work. We all love you anyway, Matisse. Let me just grab these supers, then after that, I'm going to move on to talk about the Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. There is something that's happened. This is like a new thing in the channel, okay, Matisse? We have enough time. 45 minutes is enough time to
Let's
talk about
do it.
chess. But there is a thing now on the channel, okay? Every time someone drops a 50 piece,
Oh my god.
we show them Mo. You know Judge Mo, right?
Yeah, of course. I was watching the show yesterday or the other day.
We show
Whatever day
them
it was.
Judge Mo reaction to Atletico Inter penalties. So we
Beautiful.
just,
Bring it.
let's
Let me
go.
see this.
Let's
Beautiful.
go. Have you ever seen it?
Brother, I took in that content. Trust me. Mo thinks, brother. I don't know. Mo must think not everybody went and watched that. People that Mo don't even know went to watch that, bro. Every single person in this space went to watch Mo take his piss. In fact, it was the PSG one I watched. Maybe not this one. PSG.
Oh,
PSG
this is
final.
even better. I know
Oh,
you
is it
trust me.
better than
This is even
PSG?
better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Chat, if we're not at 500 likes already, we got 1K in the building. If we're not at 500 likes, you're all frauds. This is Husam X Matisse doing watch along to Mo's watch along. Likes up. Fuck you, Ed. Can we actually get to talk about football as well? But anyway, thank you. Dubs in the chat for Ed. Let's go.
Sanchez. Alexis Sanchez. We'll see how it goes, but Alexis Sanchez is taking the second penalty for Inter. We'll see how it goes. I hope my camera doesn't turn off in the middle, but Alexis Sanchez. And he misses. Fuck you, Alexis Sanchez. Fuck whoever signed you. Fuck whoever signed you to Inter. Fuck you, and fuck whoever got you to Inter. To be honest, fuck you, Alexis Sanchez. You're absolute fraud. Shouldn't be playing for Inter at this time. But someone actually got paid for you to be signed for Inter. So fuck you, Alexis Sanchez. Fuck you, Alexis Sanchez.
It gets better. The rage is building. It gets even
When was
better.
this from? What game? Like when did they?
This
play?
was Atletico Inter penalty shootout, bro.
Saul
2 years
Niguez.
ago.
Oh,
2 years ago.
okay.
Yeah.
Saul Niguez was the second penalty.
This one, watch his reaction. This is the funniest 30 seconds in the whole clip.
Saul Niguez. And we save! Jan Sommer saves! Yes, Jan Sommer saves! Saul Niguez misses! Yes! Yes, that's it! You frauds, you bozos, you idiots! You
Now watch.
idiots! Saul
Now watch
Niguez
the flip.
misses!
Watch the
Great
flip.
save by Jan Sommer by his foot. Oh, thank you, Jan Sommer. Thank you. Absolutely brilliant. Let's go. Oh my God. Who is this? Who is this taking the ball? Van Klassen. This guy, I've never seen this guy shoot the ball. I've never seen this guy shoot the ball. Why is this guy taking a penalty, bro? And he misses. Fuck you. And fuck Morata and fuck the people that signed you for the club. You fucking bozo.
Where is he in America?
Fuck these guys. Fuck
Yeah.
these players. That fucking freeloaders. Fucking idiots. What is this fucking penalty? You fucking idiot. You're a fucking bozo. You're a fucking idiot. You fucking Jan Klassen. Fake Van de Beek. Fake hair. Fake Van de Beek. Wallahi, fake Van de Beek. Fake Christian Eriksen.
His
Fucking idiot.
brain
fucking
cells are
bozo.
bouncing off his dome.
Whatever
His
you fuck you,
veins,
fuck
bro.
you, bro. And fuck whoever wants someone that signed you, bro. You're a fucking cunt.
Oh, not the C word.
Yep, we just got
YouTube
the
won't
button.
like that.
That guy
YouTube
was
won't
taking
like
the penalty, and he scores, and Atletico Madrid takes the lead. 2-1 up Atletico Madrid in the penalty.
It gets better. Now we go. I think the next one they scored.
We have to score the penalty. Let's save one, Janzo. Is Lautaro Martinez. He's planning to shoot the last one. Korea.
Wait.
Korea. What a penalty by Korea. What a fucking penalty by Korea. He cannot fucking miss.
Lautaro's the last one.
Oh boy. Oh, Latara, yeah, this guy.
Yep.
Big moments. Just cannot count on this guy. I've said it before.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
God.
miss, obviously.
Oh my God. This Inter now. Lautaro Martinez has to score this. He's by the way, he's a terrible penalty taker. Lautaro Martinez. Absolutely terrible penalty taker. Lautaro Martinez. Absolutely horrific, terrible penalty taker, Lautaro Martinez. He's absolutely horrific, terrible penalty taker. Lautaro Martinez.
Man's speaking it into existence.
and he missed, and Inter are out of the competition. Fuck you, Lautaro Martinez. Fuck the people that signed Alexis Sanchez. Fuck the people that signed all these people. And I'm sure Husam is gonna call me now. Of course, you're gonna call. I know you're gonna call. So fuck these guys. Fuck everyone. To be honest, like these are absolutely atrocious players. Inzaghi, you fraud. You made the wrong subs. You made the subs early. You're a fraud. You're
the one for me after PSG. That one is different as well.
PSG was
crazy rant. You have embarrassed our club. This is a club with history, and you have embarrassed us. Big up to you, Ed. Thank you so much. Big up.
It was bad.
Big up to Kyriakos, says ABA, anyone but Arsenal. Big up. See, this is the mentality, Kyriakos. We should form liver Chelsea.
No. We need to grow a set of bollocks and actually start getting in the fight ourselves. We'll talk.
Matisse and Husam, dope duo. Matisse, you're a generational hater, is what Vibes FC is saying. Yeah, he was generationally hating on us during Bournemouth and Newcastle. You get me? The streets don't forget, you know. But we will forgive. We will forgive. Big up to African Cat who says, Matisse, the only Chelsea fan I can listen. Big up Husam for bringing him in. Hashtag free Jackson.
Well, he's at Bayern Munich, so he's more than happy.
Yeah, he's free.
I don't know, man. Let's see if he plays though. Because Kane.
Yeah. Let's see. Big up to everyone who just joined us from the football terrace as well. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing on your way in. Big up to Terry for the raid. So let's get the likes up. Let's get to 500 likes. Let's go. Matisse, please tell Husam how good Estevao is and will be. I've come here every day to spread the word of the mighty world champion Chelsea and the young superstar he's making. Husam Estevao.
Yeah, I mean, he look, I've tried to calm expectations down on him because I don't want to set him up to fail when this is his first season. Brazilian 18-year-old coming into a new country, new league, new culture. I've said that so many times, but the guy has started really strongly. Like, he should have a couple of goals already this season, but he's obviously just fallen at the final hurdle. But I'll be honest, he looks like he's going to be our best winger within the first 6 months because the guy just, he's playing at a different level to the rest of them. Obviously, Neto's in good form and whatnot, but there is a cap, in my opinion, to what Neto can do on the football. Whereas Estevao, I don't think there is a cap at the moment. So, and I'm not absolutely glowing about the other winger options. So, Gittins has got potential, we hope, but you know, let's see how that goes. But Estevao is just immediately, you can just see the class and the quality. So, yeah, we need to be careful with him, not to overburden him with responsibility. That's my concern. But apart from that, the guy's looking good, man. It's gonna be proper.
Big up, you get me, Todd. Here, you got your Estevao prop in. You get me? Now every day you come here, tell me Estevao. Habib, me and Grizz are fine. Are you still in 2022, brother? Me and Grizz are good, bro. We don't have beef, but he's just busy. I'll try to get him on this international break. Big up to Real Me who says Chelsea got crucified for spending, but now net spend is a thing because other clubs are spending big. Mind you, we cleaned the entire club out. Fairs, you get me. Maybe he's talking from a pure media perspective. I'm talking from my own perspective as a content creator, but hey, it is what it is. Notice how all the transfer graphics are net spend. Yep. And hold that as well. We got lower net spend than Arsenal. Big up to Real Me who says Isak joining Liverpool is like when KD joined the Warriors. You damn right. And it's time for domination. You get me? We're gonna dominate. You get me? So yeah. Big up to RSV who says if Alex Ferguson, I'm never gonna call him sir. I'm not a British citizen. If Alex Ferguson is corrupt, then what does that make Pep, especially for those two Champions League had one with Barca? This is from the previous team earlier today. If you're gonna deny that Alex Ferguson wouldn't have had 13 league titles with VAR, you're a fraud. Stop it. They scored so many offside goals. They had so many wrong decisions happened in the Fergie era, bro. Like, let's just allow it. That's why I celebrated when Gerrard passed it to Drogba. That's an assist. Doesn't come close to Husam wishing Zubimendi eats bugs. I don't think I've ever told Matisse the story, but I got recognized at my local gym. First time ever in my life I got recognized, like IRL. And I'm on the machine. I'm doing this, right? I'm sat on the machine like this. I'm doing this. This is like for your rear delts.
Yeah.
And the guy comes to me, and usually you have your earphones on, and the guy's asking how many sets you got left. So I just go like this, like I got 2 sets left. And then he's like, Zubimendi, are you Husam?
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, I cannot believe I got recognized for the first time ever in my country for the effing Zubimendi video, bro. Like everything, it was Zubimendi.
Yeah, you flipped in that video, man. You flipped.
I
It
did.
was peak view.
And I flipped when we got the bomba that Liverpool aren't going to make any signings. So, yeah, this is what it is. Genuine answer, please. Is Igal paid to be dumb? Here's the thing, Nishal. I think we have something in the football space now where everyone just wants, like, everyone to just say what's popular and just agree with everyone. I think Igal substantiates his claims. He can be wrong. He can be right. You get me? As an example, he was the only one that told you guys that Arsenal are capable of beating Real Madrid. So sometimes he gets shit right. You get me? So, yeah. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. This is how I know you're not a gym goer. Because a gym goer will never ask someone's weight because it's about muscle mass, my brother. Go look how much wrestlers weigh. Anyway, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel. And by the way, Matisse's channel is in the title. You get me in case, because there's a guy earlier on who was like, who's this guy? Or something like this. I'm like, guys, you cannot not know
That's
Matisse,
not a problem.
guys.
Listen, YouTube's a big place. You don't have to know who I am. This is your opportunity to find out. Go and subscribe.
subscribe, and it's in the title. Let's go subscribe to his channel. So, Matisse, time to talk about your club. You get me?
Yes.
Your start to the Premier League season, 7 points from 9. I know you were there in the comments during the Chelsea part of MHF where we were talking about like transfers and stuff like this with your transfer window. And low-key, we're agreeing with a lot of the stuff that we were saying as well, like in terms of like how you spent the money, etc. How do you feel about your club now, 3 games in and with the transfer window behind us?
First of all, I'm just glad it's over. I wasn't enjoying keeping up with Fabrizio's tweets this summer and all of the regurgitated reporting every day, and it's just, you understand, I'm sure, as a content creator as well, it's just jarring. I'm only really here for the deal done. I'm not here for all this foreplay nonsense. So I'm glad that's behind us. So I'm actually glad the window's shut, as entertaining as it was. Obviously, I'm not satisfied, because a lot of people, whether they care to admit it or not, they would rank our incomings at about 6, 6.5 or 7 at best. 7 at a very, very strong push. And that's not good enough. Outgoings is separate. Brilliant. 10 out of 10. Financials, you know, I'm sure that's for the CEO and the head of business to sort out. Maybe exceptional. We made a profit this window. Fantastic. But that is not what I watch on the pitch. I don't watch the pitch and say, oh, we made a profit in the window, or, oh, we sold 303 million players whilst we're defending in a low block, trying to get out. That's what I know. I'm looking at the quality of what's on the pitch. So the incomings will always be the most important thing to me, because that is what I'm watching on a week in, week out. And that is where I'm judging if we're improving, stagnating, or getting worse. Now, people have to listen, because we have improved the squad, absolutely improved the team. There's no doubt about that. We've got Hato, backup left back. We didn't even have one for 6 months. We've got Delap come in, backup striker. That's better than Nkuku, missed profile. João Pedro better than Jackson. You know, Santos and Asensio, not Asensio, sorry, Esteval. That makes it better. So there's a lot of things that are just straight up improvements. But I always say, how much have we improved compared to the rest? Because other people have also improved. Everybody around us, Tottenham have improved. They're not going to be hopefully near us, but example, Liverpool have improved. Arsenal have improved. Everybody's improved. Maybe Man City are the worst of the, you know, in terms of maybe transfer window, some people will feel. But when you're giving incomings a 6.5, let's just say that as an average, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. That I'm not gonna lie because they're new. So I have to pretend like I'm like, oh yeah, well, I didn't want Garnacho. So I'm not happy we signed Garnacho. I wanted better. I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm not happy that we got 2 left wingers and neither of them, in my opinion, are consistent starting level quality. Now they have to prove they are. Now they have to do above and beyond. Now they have to show that they're better than what they have evidence-wise at their previous clubs, or just in terms of, we're going for a title, I need a title contending quality winger. Neto, he's never really performed at that level. We're talking comparisons. Salah, we're going up against. Saka's, we're going up against. And Esteval's 18. So the winger situation, I'm not satisfied or happy with. And that's just being honest. And I feel like we shouldn't say our 6.5 or a 7 incoming window is oh yeah, like no, we should be going for 8.5. We should be going for 9. We should be aiming to have the perfect window. Now, obviously, there's restrictions with UEFA that people bring up, and that's true.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear every summer, sorry, it was PSR. That's why we did those deals. Sorry, it was UEFA restrictions. That's why we couldn't do this. What's it going to be next summer? Are we always going to? I mean, I think the UEFA restrictions are not even just this summer. I think they're next summer as well. I think they're 26, 27, I read. So am I going to keep saying, oh, they're there, sorry, you have restrictions or issues or PSR, FFP, which is probably your own doing, first of all. And I'm going to keep comforting you and patting you on the head and saying, oh, they're there, no worries. You caused the problem that you have to face and deal with. I'm not going to feel sorry for you for that. That's just how it is. At the end of the day, I think they've got one more year of this team's not ready. This team can't win the league. I think even within the fan base, again, whether they care to admit it or not, Gittins, let's see if he's here in 2 years. Garnacho, let's see if he's here in 2 years. I think
people are already talking about flipping Garnacho. This is not like new news.
Yeah. But like,
my problem with it is, as a fan, why are you doing accountancy prop? Like, that's the thing. Like, you in the Liverpool section, you didn't hear me talk about flipping Isak for profit or any of that, because I don't care, because none of this money goes in our pocket. I mean, care about what happens on the pitch.
Yeah,
you know?
like I've said before, like,
how does Garnacho help Chelsea on the pitch? Forget selling him to Arsenal a year from now for 60 million. That's a possibility, yes. But how does that help you now, though? That's the thing. It doesn't.
You know, he has to prove that he can help us. Obviously, there's examples of great scouting. There's no doubt about that. Palmer, you know, Santos, Esteval. But there's also examples of players that have come in over the last few years that have not been good additions and have been sold within 6, 12, 18, 24 months. So it's a mixed cart. And that's why I always, with the directors, I kind of say, right, I'm gonna lower the weapon. I think the start of the window they were starting really well, and I think they've ended the window really, really weak. I think it's been a weak end compared to what people were looking for, aiming for, asking for, what we were actually chasing, and what we've ended up with. I think it's weak. It's a weak ending, and I think it's an ending that doesn't make people more confident to win the league or challenge for the league. I think the chances just got a bit less. Obviously, it's unlucky Delap got injured, but were we expecting to have to use guehi as much as we're going to now have to use him, or whoever it will be, Boyanetti from Brighton? You know, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, no one's ready to gas us more than me. If we sign players that I think are top talents, or I think are top players, like, you know, or players just shock me like João Pedro, and João Pedro is just doing way more than I expected. I thought he might be a squad player.
I told people about that. I called him Bobby Firmino region.
Yeah,
I called him Bobby Firmino region.
João Pedro has, in terms of transfer incomings, João Pedro's, he's the clear, like, top player that they brought in. That's the top signing for them. And then there's a few good ones, and then there's a few iffy ones. But yeah, look, they got one more year, I think, of we're not ready, because you can lean on Ensamino, and you can lean on Penders, and you can lean on Quenda, and you can lean on Pyers, and these are all really interesting talented guys I'm looking forward to seeing next summer, obviously. But after that, now we're getting into how many windows have you been here? Why are we still not talking about going for the league? Why are we still talking about we're not ready? We're still, because it goes from, oh, we're young and we need time, to actually Caicedo's in his prime, actually Enzo's in his prime, actually Levi, you know, actually quite a few of these players are now 25, 26, 27. And you keep bringing in young players because that's the model. But that model needs to still mean that we can win. You can't just keep bringing in young players and then we just keep resetting the clocks. And because there's a high influx of players and a high outflux of players, we just have to keep resetting the clocks, because it's like, these guys need a season. These guys need time. These guys, we can't keep doing that. So I think they've got one more season, it looks like, to do that.
Let me ask you the $1 million question.
And then that's
everything you're speaking of right now, do you believe you're the blue Arsenal?
I don't want us to be, no. The reason why I won't go to Arsenal's levels and depths is because there's a winning culture and winning mentality instilled at this club. And it's still there with a lot of the fans. Some of them, they're younger, maybe, I don't know, you know, they're and you know, some people just really think this is the incredible bulletproof project. I think it depends what happens around you. Like I said, no one can account for Liverpool signing some of the best players and then shit suddenly.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's expecting Chelsea to win the league. My thing
Yes.
is, the reason why I asked the Blue Arsenal question is the way that you're speaking is the same exact way probably an Arsenal fan maybe spoke 3 years ago about process and step by step and etc. And that's kind of what like the Chelsea fans probably opposed as a culture, as a nature.
The
You know,
reason,
because in my opinion, look, I'm gonna change your summer transfer window. I'm gonna make it only 4 players. Let's say you signed Joao Pedro. But then on top of that, you signed Ekitike, you signed Mike Maignan, and let's say you got, I don't know, whoever left wing.
Semenyo
Yeah,
from Bournemouth. Yeah.
I would be genuinely looking at Chelsea as a serious title contender in this moment in time. I would be more worried about Chelsea than I'd be about Arsenal. I believe Chelsea would be on 9 points from 9 now had they signed an Ekitike and a Mike Maignan. Yes. Are you one of the Chelsea fans that wanted Chelsea to sign
I wanted Ekitike, yeah. And I wanted a new goalkeeper, yeah. Obviously, the goalkeeper market is a bit interesting because Donnarumma, how good is he with his feet? We're going to find out at City. But I said when that Mike Maignan deal was collapsing, or we were taking a piss with the incremental bids, which, by the way, you never see incremental bids for the players they actually want, like Garnacho. But that's another conversation. Then, you know, I said, we're not going to get a new goalkeeper. And then Sanchez is in form and he goes and gets the Golden Glove at the Club World Cup. And I know we're not going to get a new keeper. So people will say, oh, like, when people hear me speak, they'll be like, oh, he's spoiled. Oh, he wants more players. I actually don't want as many players as we continuously keep bringing in. I always start the window. And if people watch me and listen, they'll hear me say this. 3-4 key starters and shut the window. I don't want all the fluffy extra stuff. I don't want all the extra. I just want the needle movers, the guys that go into the spine, the guys that take this team.
So you wanted an Alisson Van Dijk window, basically.
Of course, absolutely. Because I believe that's the kind of window we are away from to actually going for a proper title charge, and me sitting across from you and saying, we're going to try and win the league against you, and I'll just back my team to win it from that point on. I don't need much to say Chelsea are going to go and win the league. Like, I don't need the team to be glittered with world-class players, but I do need certain things to be hit, and there's certain things that aren't quite there. And I don't want to be this club that are always a couple of players. And that's where you link it to Arsenal, a couple of players away.
Yeah, that's why I said blue Arsenal.
What, like, how many players in terms of numerically do you have to bring in before it's like, no, we shouldn't need a couple more players. We shouldn't need a couple. We should have everything. And I keep saying this. But the difference between us and Arsenal, I have to make this clear. We have to win a trophy this season. I don't disrespect the League Cup. They haven't won it since 1993. I don't disrespect the FA Cup. I don't disrespect. We have Champions League and European heritage. You know this, yeah. We win in global and European stage. So
yes, but it's more the ideals. Like yes, okay.
Yes,
Chelsea
the ideals are not
Club
similar.
World Cup. Okay, but Chelsea won a Club World Cup and a Conference League. Let me be fair about this. Can I guarantee that Arsenal would have won the Club World Cup? No. But can I guarantee that Arsenal would have won a Conference League? Probably yes. Let's be objective about this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, if Arsenal won the Conference League, even with like the Nketiahs and the Nicolas Pepes and shit, they would have won the Conference League.
You could put that to the side for sure. But
yes. So that's my point. I'm not talking about like you're talking about the winning culture, and I appreciate that. And the process has had constant progress in it, meaning you went from 12th to 6th to 4th with 2 trophies. So is there consistent progress? Yes. But now you need to go from climbing hills to climbing mountains because you're now you're at the upper echelon of the league. And the reason why I mentioned the Arsenal methodology is, look, is Todd Bowley, Igbali, and Bluco, whoever is responsible at Chelsea, are they disappointed if Chelsea finish top 4 and, you know, maybe win 1 or 2 domestics in the next 4 years? I wouldn't say they'd be disappointed if they're a stable Champions League club. And that actually takes you into the possibility of something else, which is worse, which is the Blue Spurs under Pochettino. Well, stable Champions League club, no trophies.
We're picking up shit. So I'm not worried about being Spurs because we're definitely picking up trophies. There might not be the majors that I want, right? Like Premier League, that's what we need to go and get back. But we're picking up trophies. There's no doubt about that. All I say is that for as much as people want to continue to keep like almost extending the leash on the dog, right? Just remember that we have top players that want to win trophies. So it's not just a fan thing of, oh, he can't wait any longer. You think Cole Palmer can wait any longer? Do you think Caicedo can wait any longer? Do you think these guys can't?
Caicedo can.
No, seriously. Caicedo is one of the best players in this league and one of the best midfielders in this league. He should not have to wait any longer to be in a serious title fight. So I feel like I'm almost speaking on their behalf. And if there's any winning mentality that's come in, and I think there has over the last couple of months, because they've won 2 trophies, especially that Club World Cup, I think the manager also would like to win the Premier League, right? So I would like to equip the manager with the right tools to say, you haven't really got any excuses but to go and try and win this league. Now, because Chelsea finished 4th, yes, you can definitely go incrementally and say, right, first season back in the champs, it's, you know, it's going to be more difficult games. You want to go further in all 4 comps, and, you know, Liverpool have an incredible window and Arsenal are in phase 7. So challenge. And if you fall short, it's acceptable. But what I'm saying is, at some point, we have to go and actually be one of the favorites, and that means
but like this sounds like a product that you're trying to sell without its labors happening yet. Now, come end of the season, what you said happens, and Chelsea challenge but fall off, but you know, you have a respectful season. You have to build on that. But then the problem is, you just said it yourself. What happens if next summer you go through the same thing again? What happens?
The quality of winger that came in this window. Look, like I said, Santos, fantastic. Esteval, Hato, backup. Asigo, backup. João Pedro, Delap at 30 million, no problem. It's the wingers. I think the quality out wide could be a lot higher and should be a lot higher. Now, if the quality of the wingers don't improve, then there's a cap. In this system in particular, because the wingers have so much responsibility. They don't have an overlap. They don't always have support. Sometimes they're isolated. Sometimes they've got to be, in my opinion, from what I've watched, they need to be good at dribbling. Garnacho is not a great dribbler. That's why I have my concerns. People talk about off the ball movement. I should be able to get more than off the ball movement. I should be able to get dribbling, off the ball movement, goals, assists. I should be able to get it all. Why am I picking? I should be able to have a complete winger at the club. I should be able to.
And the thing with the wage bracket thing as well, at some point that's got to give too, because you know, like the best of the best players ain't gonna come here for like no 20,000 a week, like type thing.
No. But this is where I'll defend us. I like the wage structure because I think some players, when they get paid a lot too early, they start to become very complacent, disillusioned, and they start to act up and don't actually provide the levels that you're paying them for. They're harder to move on. So if they do flop, you can't sell them, which is, we ain't got time for that either. We need to be getting players moved on if they flop. And to be honest, I'll reference you. Your wage module is good, and you reward the top players towards their peak, and then you give them the contract. So,
but at the same time, we don't say no, Ekitike, we're not going to sign you because you're on 200 grand a week.
How much is Ekitike get?
200 grand a week. That's why Chelsea didn't want to sign him.
That surprises me, because usually you guys don't do that. Usually you guys don't put people on that kind of money from the get-go. I don't mind us rewarding people once they've shown us they're worth rewarding. Like, you know, Cucurella is getting a new contract. I think Cole Palmer was given a new contract. Caicedo was given a new contract. I'm more than happy with that. If that means sometimes we can't get someone that wants 350k a week, I haven't got a massive issue with that, because I believe.
Yeah, but then you're never going to get over the line.
No, I don't agree.
How?
Even Man City have limits. They walk away from deals, right? I don't ask for us to build a team of Galacticos. Galacticos don't always win. What I ask of us is to build a balanced team. I ask us to make sure that the traits match up. So the strengths match up to strengths of other players. Like a Neto crosser has someone that can head the ball, which they finally got this season in João Pedro. And I ask of us to look at the under 25 category, even with that wage cap, and just make sure that you're bringing in the best of the best. I don't think we can sit here and say that Chelsea always, sometimes they do, but they don't always get the best players within that category of under 25, even on the decent wages. Sometimes they go elsewhere and they get something else. And I'm like, you could have got better. You could have got better than this. So obviously there's a cap, and that's the reason why
that's the problem with everything that you're saying. There is a limit. That is like you're stopping yourself from doing like all the successful things that you'd like your club to see. Now, understand what you're saying in terms of you like the wage structure, just like Liverpool have a smart wage structure. But as I just gave you the Ekitike example, we didn't go like we ain't gonna sign Ekitike because he's on 200 grand a week. Like, no, that's not the case at all. You know, you have to sometimes go and get your Allison, your Van Dijk summer, your Salah. Like, you have to get these type of players. Now, the problem is, do I look at any Chelsea signing other than Joao Pedro, who I called Firmino region, so I really like him. Other than Joao Pedro, do I see any other Chelsea signing taking you like to the next level, elevating your football club, taking you over the line? At this moment in time, no, until they show it. But that's the problem now. Because one game, Gittins might look 10 out of 10. The game after, he might look like shit. The game after that, he might look like in the middle. That's the problem with these like young players. It just doesn't always come to fruition.
No, 100%, and that's the balance that you got to get right. And that's could you ask of more consistency from a Semenyo at Bournemouth instead of a Gittins? You probably could. And then if you had a Semenyo and a Garnacho, now people will say, oh, you know, Semenyo is really inconsistent. What about Kudus? Could you ask again? Kudus didn't have a great season at West Ham, but he's more experienced. He probably fits into all of those quotas that we just read out, but you can ask for more from him. This is my thing. There's certain things I can ask of certain players because they have a history and evidence to go back on, or they've been here for a while and I can't ask of title winning form from Gittins. I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't ask for title winning form from Esteval in his first season. I can't. I can ask for it from Pedro Neto. Whether I get it is a different question. Can I even ask from it for Garnacho? No, I can't. I actually can't ask. So it's like, how many people can I ask to play to the level that I need them to play to for the objective to be hit, or for what I would like us to do to get done? That's the issue. But obviously, when you take this many risks, you have to hope that you get all the rewards. The one thing I will say, massive credit, not massive credit, because this is what they should be doing, but they are actually doing it. They have not sold anyone that is a top player that they have purchased. So we haven't, you know, we talk about profit. They could profit off the best players that we have. They don't do that. They haven't sold our best players. Every summer so far that I can see, the players that are leaving, I am okay with them leaving, most of them. I might say, oh, what could we have given him more of a chance? Could we have? But most of them, we are okay with them leaving. Whether it's Gallagher, whether it's, you know, okay, Christian Vrinkuku doesn't work out, whatever. All these guys that go, we can make sense of them leaving. So now if they sell a top player, boy, if a Cole Palmer leaves for 80 million, 90 million, that's when there's going to be problems. But, you know, that shouldn't happen because that would just be crazy. And I don't think it will. So, yeah. They haven't sold
that's fair. So you're saying but here's the thing. Can I tell you something honestly? After listening to you, everything that you've just said points to you being a blue Arsenal. Honestly. Like, do I picture Chelsea being in the top 3, top 4 for the next 3 years and not winning anything? Yeah, it's a possibility. It's not impossible if you go down this route forever. Because there's an Athletic article, I think, that came out like this summer, I believe, or the summer before, where they said if a club actually gets 55% of their transfers right, they're considered successful. 55%, imagine. So when you're telling me Chelsea are basically banging on the like a youth player being an unbelievable talent, yeah, he could be an unbelievable talent, but at the same time, he could be a dud. At the same time, he could be a flop. At the same time,
that's why all these measurements are in place. Chelsea.
And here's the problem: sometimes clubs pay for potential more than they pay for proven.
Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea's strategy is literally, we are going to spend a large amount of money on a lot of different people. They all have something to them, or at least most of them do, in my opinion. And then we're going to see which ones make it and which ones don't. Do I think that's the best environment to actually find out who makes it all the time? No, I don't, because I always speak about mentors and, you know, but what I will say now is that is something I would have asked for 2 years ago. If you actually go through Chelsea's team now, you do have experience, because the guys that were signed 2 years ago are now 2 years older. So
yes,
the more we ask for experience and the longer time goes on, and the players that were signed that are top players aren't sold, they are now the experienced players. So it's now, are you going to add to that if you need something? And this is the thing. When push comes to shove, if you need something that is going to take you over the line, are you going to do it, or are you going to play another risky game? And at the moment, we are more likely to play another risky card, another risky game, than to just say, fuck it, and buy exactly what we think we can do the job right now and move on. And that is it. And we're playing, I said it before, we're playing Russian roulette without the Russian. That's what it is. We ain't got the Russian anymore. We're playing roulette.
American roulette.
Yeah,
You have to,
you know.
you have to sell the gun first to buy a bigger gun.
Yeah, yeah, and not, even the big names aren't guarantees. We've had a lot of big names that have been flopped.
Yeah,
flopped,
true.
Torres, Morata, Lukaku. Do you know what I mean? So
Crespo, Shevchenko, we could go back in the day too.
exactly. But we have to remember we won the league. We won the league. So back then, you got to win the league first before you start talking about dominating and this project is bulletproof. Actually win the league first. Once you win the league, and then we could talk about dynasties and domination, but you've got to do it first. That's the first step. You got to do that.
Do you see yourself winning the league this season? Do you see it happening?
This season?
Yes.
No, not with the way we ended the window, no.
Define the challenge that you would expect then.
80 points. 80 points, which means you should really be in the conversation up until about early April, late March. That's progress, though. That's actually that's progress. If you've done that and you've won a cup and you're trying to win the Champions League, then fantastic. We're happy because I just want trophies. This is my thing. I don't want to be a bridesmaid. So I'm not. If we can't win it, my attention immediately goes to what can we win. So yes. I'm not trying to say in August, September we can't win it, because the mentality should be go and try and win it. But as soon as we can't win it, go and win something else and make sure top four is done comfortably, because I'm not fighting for second or we finished second, you finished third. Whoever won the Premier League, the rest of you are losers at the end of the day. So go and win some other stuff. And that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. So
I would assume you're talking about like domestics this season, Carabao.
Yeah, bro. We should never be picky. We've not won at Wembley in how long? How many Wembley defeats in a row have we tasted?
What have you got to thank for that?
Yeah. Happy days for you. You know what I mean?
Can't even say potch tax, because actually we beat Tuchel twice.
This team, they've got a taste for winning. They need to keep that up. Like, keep winning stuff. It doesn't. Yes, the significance of the trophy is important because we want to win the best stuff. But just win anything. Win the Carabao Cup. Win the FA Cup. Absolutely. I will be happy with wins in any trophy. Bring. I'm not a trophy snob. I don't get people that are like, oh, I'm too good for the League Cup. This is the difference between us and Arsenal. Arsenal should have won a Carabao or an FA Cup with this squad. Not Arteta. This squad. These players,
even the Europa. Yeah.
Anything. They should have won. If they had won something, in my opinion, once you win something, you get an appetite to win more. It changes the mentality of the group a little bit. It gives you that extra percentage. That's from my experience. That's Manchester City's experience with Pep winning Carabao Cup. That's probably your experience with Klopp. Whatever.
Klopp, yeah, we won everything.
You got to get something through the door. We have
actually Klopp is probably the reason why Arsenal fans behave the way that they do, because the first trophy we won under Klopp was actually the Champions League. But we're like the exception to the rule, because I think Ferguson won domestic first, Mourinho won domestic first. Didn't Conte win Carabao?
No, Conte won the Prem first, I think.
Oh, first.
I think.
Oh, he won FA Cup, Habibi, as well.
Second season he won FA Cup, yeah.
Yeah, second season he won FA Cup. So yeah, maybe
Mourinho's was League Cup, Carling Cup, Mourinho.
Yeah, I don't know what happened that game. There's no
yeah. Well, you remind me of my problems. I remind you of yours. You know,
that's a different era now. Now I got money. I got my money. You get me? I got my money up. So shit's changed. Anyway, let me grab these supers for we. Actually, no. Before I do that, I forgot to ask you. Who do you think is going to be in the top 4 this season? In order.
Liverpool will win it. I still think we can finish second. But the end of the window, like I said, it doesn't help. It doesn't. It puts us. It makes me think that Arsenal, Chelsea it's a bit murky, and I might push us back down to third. It doesn't really matter because you're still losers anyway. And then City fourth, because I don't know, man. The defense it's just a mess for me. The defense is a mess. But again, this doesn't really mean nothing, because I think all these teams will be really close. I think Liverpool will probably win it again. I think Liverpool are going to win it. I've not changed.
You're going to go back to back for the first time in your lifetime, as you suggested.
I can't see how you don't. If you don't, then that means something's happened that I'm probably.
We won the UCL. Then you can't say we failed.
Yeah, I mean, if we finish third, but we won the UCL and Arsenal finished second, then bring, So
For me, Champions League is the only trophy that usurps anything else. I'm sorry.
yeah, absolutely. I agree. So that's
Like
that's my
finishing
thing.
10th and winning the Champions League is okay because it's the Champions League.
Mm.
I don't apply the same to other trophies. I don't want to finish 10th and win Carabao. You get me?
Yeah. But do you know what? Do you see what I meant about Maresca? Do you know he had? I don't know what the chat feel. Maybe some Chelsea fans listen. I just feel like, and I don't know if you agree. It feels like Maresca has excuses if things.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels like
because of the
there's
Colwell
definitely
injury,
excuses.
because of the goalkeeper situation. Because let's keep it. Let's just be honest. Who you play after the international break?
Brentford away.
Brentford away. You could be 1-0 up against Brentford the whole game, totally in control, and then Sanchez just makes a mistake and it's 1-1. So now what? Maresca out? You can't be doing that. You get me? So, yeah. Anyway, let me grab these supers before we get out of here. Big up to Tapello, who says 40 million on Garnacho is nuts. Should have got a defender. Do you agree with this? You wanted a defender instead?
Well, we needed another attacker, whether it was a striker, a 10, or a winger. So the Garnacho money had to go on an attacker anyway. But defender is, again, I tried to make peace with certain positions due to the market. Okay, there's maybe not loads of top centre-backs out there. Is Mark Guehi taking our defence up levels and levels? I'm not really convinced. So is there loads of goalkeepers? Okay, so I'm making peace with certain positions for others. So yeah, we want an elite level defender, but who is out there? Bastoni, are we going to get him? No, etc. So we have a lot of defenders, so we have to use them, and we have to hope that they step up. That's
I don't think Bastoni and Barella want to leave Italy. I think from when I first met you, people were talking about Bastoni and Barella, but khalas, they just want to stay. There's nothing you can do about that, to be honest with you. Not every time you need someone to blame. Some players just want to stay where they're at. This is what it is. Big up to Muhammad says, big up Husam getting celebs on the panel now. Hey, trust me, we're getting the celebrities on the channel now. You get me? Big up Matisse Armani, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Were you having someone on after, yeah?
Very well. Should Chelsea finish above Arsenal since we have no mentality? Chelsea spent $1 billion a long time ago. It's not our fault that you spent it poorly.
Yeah. So this is the problem. You think we care about finishing above you. And I'm going to say this again. Trophies. I don't care. Arsenal didn't win the league. This is what I said in the summer. Whoever finishes above Liverpool will win the league. Liverpool are not finishing lower than second. They're just not. If Liverpool fans were like, do you want to finish above us? I would say yes. But Arsenal could finish third. So what do I care about finishing above Arsenal? That is not Arsenal need to understand it. You are not the yardstick.
You're not the main character.
You are not what Chelsea are aiming for. We are not Tottenham. London is blue. It's not red, right? We are the champions of the world, champions of Europe, the last team in London to win the Premier League, etc. We don't look to you. We don't care about finishing above you. I need trophies. I either finish above Liverpool, which means I've won the league, or I pick up UCL, which you don't have any heritage in, or I pick up FA Cup, or I pick up League Cup. That's it. I don't care about finishing above you. If you finish second and we finish fourth and we win a Champions League, bring. If we finish fifth and we win a Champions League and you finish second, bring. The only thing you can do, and I keep telling you, win. If you don't win, you don't win the argument. That's it. Think of that. If you don't win trophies, you don't win the argument. You need a Prem, you need a Champions League, and I've said this, you need a cup if you can't get those things, so you have something.
He's not talking about the dog, by the way. He's talking about winning trophies. Big up to Shmando says, Matisse was asked on Big Six why Caicedo was getting cooked from the start and Wirtz isn't, because we are winning games. Winning covers everything.
Facts.
Tell me, you're defending that shin kicker still?
You're a joker.
So you're not gonna tell people the truth? Who's your best midfielder? Is it not Enzo?
No, Caicedo is our best midfielder. He's player of the year last year. He's player of the year last year.
Disrespect to Enzo Fernandez. Why disrespect?
Not disrespect. It's not disrespect. I like Enzo, but Caicedo is the best midfielder.
Enzo's unbelievable.
Yeah, Caicedo's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I still believe Enzo is your best midfielder.
You can believe that. That's no problem. But Caicedo is the one.
It's true.
No.
What would you say is more complete, just as a football player?
Caicedo does more off the ball in terms of tackling, intercepting. Caicedo is press resistant. Caicedo can pass. Caicedo actually has
You
decent
said
long range
Caicedo's
shots.
resistant. Do we watch the same sport, brother?
All
You
right.
know the sport is dead if we're talking.
It's
Caicedo
8
first.
o'clock now. See, now this is where you start being a silly Billy. Let's wrap up.
No, I'm not being a silly Billy. There's 2 Superchats left. I'm ending the stream. See, I'm respecting your thing. You get me? We're gonna do this. You get me? If you wanna bring me on to debate this on your channel, I'd do it, bro.
I don't.
Right?
I'm not debating this because the evidence is.
There is
Caicedo
no way you watch eye test Enzo and Caicedo and think Caicedo's more complete. Genuinely, just eye test.
Caicedo is Chelsea's best midfielder. It may switch one day because I rate all of our midfielders. I even rate Andre Santos to start in midfield. I think Andre Santos could potentially be one of our best midfielders. But as it stands, Caicedo is our best midfielder.
Disagree, but fair. Rate this season if Chelsea lose 3 cup finals and second. Just give it a rating out of 10.
Context. Well, obviously, listen. I'm a football fan. I'm not going to be a dickhead. If that happens, then obviously that's heartbreaking, and it's a really good effort, and it's a strong A-. You know, it's just peak.
Because he said 3 cups, so that includes.
Yeah, what can you do, man? If that happens, that's just peak. I'll always feel some remorse to any football fan that has to go through that. That's disgusting.
That's the Liverpool 20 years ago. Matisse, if Chelsea comes second but no cups, Maresca out?
What kind of...
He's an Arsenal fan.
Well, obviously not, no. I just told you I'm not happy with the income.
You know what makes this funny? He's Arteta in. Big up, Martin. You think Caicedo regrets choosing Chelsea? 100%. At this moment in time, no one can deny that he does. Matisse, can you not gaslight, please? At this moment in time,
I'm not even going to dignify this with a response.
You can literally win the next 4 leagues and prove me wrong. But all I'm saying, at this moment in time, Caicedo could have been a Premier League champion and playing alongside Isak, but now he's playing alongside guehi. Anyway, on that note, guys, make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. All you legends, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. I know the international break is boring, but we got you covered with entertainment. Tomorrow we're doing Sweden against Slovenia. Tell them where to go, lad. Tell them where to go. You got me. You're doing Sweden against Slovenia. I'm gonna watch that stiff youth Jokeras and watch my striker Isak. And subscribe to Matisse's channel. It's in the title. Give him subscribe. Matisse Armani. Just click the link and go subscribe. We're going to redirect you over to LB because he's doing Belgium against Liechtenstein. So go over there and watch that game. You get me? So, yeah. Chelsea are the yardstick. No, Habibi. Liverpool are the yardstick. Even Matisse said it. So, allow it. Anyway, love you all. And, yeah. See you guys on the other one.